Okay, so we've created 9 different blocks and we've quilted them, and now we're going to join them together in a quilt as you go method to create a bigger quilt. So this is a great idea if you're on a domestic machine. Obviously you're working with it in a confined space, so sometimes it's a lot easier to quilt on a smaller block and then join them up afterwards and create a bigger quilt that way. There are lots of different ways of doing this. So for this quilt I'll be showing you one way. If you do lots of research, you find there's probably 2 or 3 different ways that you can do this. Find a way that sits right with you in the end. Try different ways out and you'll come up with a version that is right for you. So what we need to do for this one now is to prepare all our blocks. So that's what we're going to be doing for today. So let's get to our first block and talk the way through how we're going to prepare them ready for joining together. Okay, so there's one of our blocks, and we're going to trim it to size. So I am going to use my ruler as a guide. So I'm going to trim these down to 15.5 inches. So I'm using my joining lines as a guide. There we go. I'm going to trim this because I'm on using cotton wadding. It's fairly thin. If I was using a thick wadding, I would mark that and stitch it first just to compress it. So now I've got that lined up, I can cut these lines off. So as these are just sample lots of straight line quilting, nothing else, I'm trimming them down to that size. If you're going to plan a quilt with your, you'd want to incorporate enough in your design that you can cut it to size. So there we go. So next one, again 15.5. Just get it nicely balanced. There you go. So you're going to prepare all your blocks for this session so that when we come back we can then prepare our binding. Just line those up now with the edges. There we have it. So I'll leave you to trim up your blocks, and I shall be back very soon with our next video, which will be to create our binding strips.